Hello, Amanda.
Darling Natalie Namaste.
Oh,
Hello.
hello, beautiful soul.
Hello. Thank you so much for connecting and agreeing to do this with me for our community, our joint community, but down here in South Africa.
Oh, I feel like it's so important to spread this light and these messages because every person that's touched by it, you have these like profound aha moments and deep realizations, and you start to embody and integrate and remember the truth. That's why. And with you, I felt a strong yes.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I mean, I've been watching so many. I listen to all the international podcasts, and one after the next is sort of American people and this and that. And the next thing I heard, Natalie Namaste, South African. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is amazing. And your work is so incredible, Natalie.
Yeah.
I've just been so blown away and touched by it.
Mm.
So I thought I'd really reach out to you and say, hello, please come on and share your message with, my clients, my community. So thank you so much for agreeing.
Oh, such a pleasure. And I feel like I'm in all of the world, and the world is in all of me. And South Africa is like deep in the heart because I was born there and I spent my first 22, 23 years in South Africa. And I go back every year. My mom and dad are still there, and just love it so much. I feel there's such sacred magic in the land itself. It's like ancient wisdom in the land.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is. Because I've spent a lot of time overseas as well.
Mm.
And when I come back to South Africa, I love the people, the vibration of the earth, the colors. I mean, it's very ancient and beautiful. But where are
Mm.
you in the world?
I'm now living in Nicaragua. I've been here for about
Oh, wow.
eight years. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. The life has called you.
Yeah, I've just been open to the flow of the universe, and it's directed me. I lived in England for a few years. I lived in Thailand, and then I worked on boats, on yachts, and so I lived on the ocean for a few years, and then it just felt like find the land where you can be held and grounded, and I needed to be on I was kept being shown I needed to be on the timeline, like the third dimensional linear timeline of more with America, which is so interesting because um yeah, it's just I was taken this way, and being in Central America, connected to America and to Canada, a lot of the people that I'm working with are in the same similar timeline, like time zone to me. So, but now that things are just opening and expanding, there's more connection with people even in Australia, New Zealand. So I don't know where the world's going to take me. The universal flow will take me, but I feel like more travel and more movement, but also definitely more groups. I'm being guided to doing, and I've got more people joining in these groups, and I'm feeling like the ripple effect is expanding, and consciousness is it's remembering. We are remembering that which is infinite, which is always here.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a massive awakening, sort of in the States. I mean, the American that whole activation timeline it's been, I guess, really important to be a part of it and to help because
Mm.
it's been such a strong access point of awakening. And I think
Yeah,
from there, it sort of moves like a wave across the world. It's
yeah.
needed a lot of support because it's been like an almighty piece of work, hasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
huge awakening, the huge
huge.
cracking open through the duality back into the unity. And I've asked my guides and angels and Arcturians before, I've said, the feeling of America, it's got such a beautiful big impact on the whole world. It really does. And my guides have said, they've said, there's a big heart there. There are so many beautiful, pure beings from the heart there. And that land also holds such indigenous, sacred energy. Then I was shown how there are beings in the center of the earth that vibrate through the crystals. Like the crystals are their own beings. And so there's a lot going on energetically there as well. And there's like the ring of
Yeah.
fire that's starting to explode. And yeah, so much.
And I know we're very busy here on Earth at the moment. It's very, very busy. Natalie, I wondered if you could just give a little bit of your background, and I know that you work with a big host of angels. I think 120 angels, maybe it's bigger. I'm not really sure. But maybe just for people in my community that have never met you before and don't know anything about you, would you mind giving a little bit of background and introducing the angels and, we'll go from there, who they are, maybe.
Yeah. So it was when I was really young, I started channeling extreme amounts of like pure light. Even as I talk about it now, my whole body's getting tingles and goosebumps, and my hands are getting hot. So this was very natural. And with this connection to the light and the light channeling strong through me, I remember saying to my mom, like, this light can heal people. And so connected to the light and being in a high frequency, it was quite natural to start to hear, see, and feel these beautiful beings that are around all of us. And I started to see like flashes of light. Sometimes it was a pink flash of light or a white flash or a blue flash, and I'd know, oh, it's a certain archangel coming in with a message. Um, and then I remember working in a coffee shop. I can't remember the exact age, but I was a teenager, and there was a psychic lady who came to me, and she said, Natalie, you're here on earth to help with ascension, and you've got 120 angels that work with you. And I was just blown away. And also I could feel it when she said it, my whole body was started vibrating that a strong yes. So because she mentioned it and brought it to like into my strong awareness, I then started to work with them, and I was like, okay, I'm fully open. And the way in which they come through to me is I can feel the energy in my body. I can hear them through my own mind. I can also hear frequency changes, so it might go higher or like deeper and lower, but I can hear it through my physical ears. And then when I close my eyes, I can see images, color, lights. Um, and then also with my eyes open, I can see past this dimension. So I can see
Mm.
auras, energies, um, and so with this, I could start to feel them, and they're a collective of 120, but they come through as one voice, like one energy. So it's not like I'm hearing 120 different voices. I'm really feeling one massive high frequency loving energy of like angelic energy. And sometimes what will happen is one will step through, like Archangel Michael might come through with a message, or Archangel Metatron. So all the archangels are part of this collective, and sometimes they'll come through individually when they've got an important message. And yeah, what it really is I had a near-death experience when I was in 2017. No, 2014, I think it was. Oh, I can't remember. A long time ago. I was in my early
Mm.
20s. And when I died, I got cerebral malaria, the type that kills you. And I had been airlifted to Singapore. When I died, I was met with these angels, and I spent time with them, and they reminded
Wow.
me that, yeah, they reminded me that it was part of my destiny, like part of my soul purpose, that I would come back and spend time with them because um when I'm not incarnating as a human, I'm spending time with them. I'm in the higher frequency angelic realms. And so I spent time with them and they showed me how you can heal with color, which is frequency and light. And that
Mm.
the messages that they would like me to remind everyone and be a bridge for them to be able to connect with everyone because everyone has their own angels, everyone has their own guardian angel and angelic team. And so this is one of the core messages that I share.
Yeah, I could feel when I was connected, even emailing you to invite you for this talk, I could feel your angel legion team, your massive, and it was so huge, the energy. It was just like, wow. Just like, wow, you wouldn't want to, you just want to go and fly into that, like just fly into that angelic realm. It's just so. Oh, it's quite a big handful of energy to be, an anchor for. But I mean, I guess there are, many people that are anchoring the different frequencies. But I mean, you're in a way, why so many through just you? Why in
Yeah.
particular, such a big collective?
Thank you for asking this. No one's ever asked me before, so I don't know the answer. So
Okay,
I'm gonna ask them.
yeah.
Okay, they're saying because I can handle this frequency and not just handle it, but embody it, embrace it, love it, and bring it in deeply, that I can be a strong anchor of this light into the world, and that because the the deep driving pattern within my energy, which some people can call soul purpose or mission that keeps arising, is that since I was a little girl, this deep desire to bring the light to as many people as possible so that they can remember that the light is what they truly are and then access it directly and have direct experience of the light themselves. So part of my gift is that when people come and spend time with me, they actually start to feel things physically because I can really it's like lightning bolts that move through me. And yes, there have been times where I've I've kind of been like, oh, it's a bit much. Like it does something to my brain. I often after podcasts or after channeling my own YouTube messages, I just need to lie down or just sit and do nothing. So I make sure in my life there's a lot of time to do nothing, to just rest in
Mm.
stillness, to to come down from such a high velocity of energy moving through me so that I can also be a human. But I'm also very blessed and grateful because my husband does a lot of the 3D human stuff so that I can really just stay and be a channel.
Mm,
Yeah,
beautiful. So you like a team leader.
yeah,
And do you
I do.
know these I mean you obviously know them from the other side. So you're probably angelic yourself. I mean that's what you're saying,
Yeah.
right? That's kind of your
Yeah.
realm.
Yeah, I do feel like the qualities of the angels are the qualities that are my nature. But the thing is, it's not like I'm special or unique. It's that we actually all have these qualities within us. It's just that I am living in awareness. So what that means is that that which is not me. You know, when the mind thinks negative thoughts and tries to control us or put us down and all of that, I'm very aware of the patterns of the ego and the thinking mind, and I choose consciously not to believe in what the mind is saying. And every time I consciously choose not to believe it, another pattern of mind dissolves away and out of my system. And that which remains is infinite light, compassion, um, real happiness, not happiness that is due to an outcome or a need being met, but an, a natural welling up of a state of peace and happiness. So these are the qualities that the angels have because they don't have the thinking mind, which can be so full of conditions and ancestral patterns and past lives. And um, I mean, yeah, the ego is very, very patterned, and the angels don't have that. So um, my whole life, and especially these, I'd say, last 10 years, it's been a very strong focus on maintaining awareness to dissolve that which I'm not, so that I can live in full open consciousness to be that which truly is, the infinite, remembering the infinite as the finite human. And those qualities of love, compassion, tenderness, understanding, they naturally arise. It's not something that we need to try to achieve. Actually, trying to be kind and trying to be loving keeps us stuck in the trying. Um, and so many say, "Oh, wow, you are an earth angel." And I feel like that is because I'm connected to them, I channel them, I spend my days with them, but I'm also doing the work of dissolving the patterns. Because if I was being run by my ego, I'd be making decisions from fear, and people would feel the frequency of fear in my energy field, and that would block that energy of love and the angelic support. So, yeah, I truly would like to continue just doing the best that I can to dissolve that which is not in alignment with the angelic energy so that more and more angelic light can be flowing through me and available for everyone, and the messages available for everyone.
Beautiful. Because I think it was my understanding that angels haven't had human incarnations. But maybe that's not entirely true because I mean I think there are the human angels in a way. I mean it's much harder to be angelic on earth than it is
Mm.
in the upper, dimensions. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Do you know on the whole if angels incarnate, or what is your understanding about that?
They're saying, yes, we do. They say they're showing me a man walking on a street and an old lady that's crossing, and that man is all of a sudden filled with angel energy and saves that lady's life. So, and then that man is no longer there. So I'm being, what that message means is that angels can draw the energy down and come into physical form if they need to save someone's life or take an important action. So that's one form. Then what they're also showing me is that they, okay, so why we say that angels don't incarnate as humans is the reason is that they're so pure and clear, and the human mind is so full of patterns and conditioning, and they don't have that. So that's why there's a belief that we have that says, oh, angels don't incarnate as humans, but they're saying to me right now that, yeah, they do. And it helps them to understand what it's like to be human. And then they take that learning and then take it with them. So uh, there are some really high frequency angels that are not on the cycle of reincarnating on Earth. They they don't. So there are the archangels that I'm connecting with right now, and they're saying that that's not part of their experience. They're not needing, there's no need or desire for their energy to come and be in a physical form. So there are some angels that do not incarnate, and then there are some that can and do, and it's part of their reincarnation cycle.
Hmm, okay, interesting. And Natalie, what kind of work do you actually do with the angels? Like what different forms of work do you do for people?
So it's mainly online groups. So group sessions where the angels channel messages through me, and then we go into deep meditation where it's incredible over these years. And I'm just seeing in these groups, we become coherent, meaning we all come together in a very soft, loving frequency. And this is where people have some spontaneous healing physically, mentally. They are able to dissolve constructs or belief patterns of like unworthiness or fears or worries or anxieties. And so I'm seeing mentally, emotionally huge transformations. And sometimes physically, the body can also physically let go of what it was encoded and holding and trapped inside it. Um, and then, yeah, so it's mainly these group sessions. And I do something on the 11th of every month. It's called group channeling and meditation, where I invite other healers and teachers on. And it's a 30-minute session. It's $11 because it's the 1111 energy. That's very powerful. And then I do something else called a sacred circle, which is an hour deep meditation. And then whenever the angels guide me to teach something, like on the 5th of February, I'm doing a workshop which is called Angels and Intuition, which is a deep dive into developing and accessing your intuition and then expanding to connect with the angels. So yeah, I'm very busy. My YouTube channel is like my main big hub where I'm channeling messages from the angels, but then there's also I do these live sessions as well, and my one-on-ones. I have 100 people or more on a waiting list, so that's not rare where I'm putting my energy right now. Because I can't help so many people with one-on-ones. I'm kind of slowing that down and more focusing on I can help more people in groups, and it's the same effect, if not more, than a one-on-one. That's what I'm noticing.
And I wanted to ask you because, so many of the people that I see that come to me for sessions, they often come with like a feeling of what could you say, like maybe victim mindset and stuff like that. And I mean, this might be a bit of a controversial question, but do you ever find people like giving away their power to the angels or to you, or that like how do you? I mean, what do you do to? What is your method to really empower people to sort of say, well, you're the vehicle of your own, um, your own understanding. Like, I found like, I mean, I'd love to play this. I'd love to be able to send this to my clients and say, here's some ideas, here's some tools. What do you do with people that come to you in like a victim mentality?
Yeah. What always comes through the strongest is compassion. This like deep love and compassion and understanding and meeting a person where they're at. Because being in the victim state is so uncomfortable. Like the person doesn't want to be there, but sometimes, we just have this like cloud that overtakes, and so that compassion and love and just seeing a person where they are helps them to start to see themselves. And then just by them starting to see themselves, there's a distance that's created from the pattern in the mind and the actual truth of what they are, because we are an infinite being. We are the creator. We are the light. We are so incredible, and we are having a finite experience, and we have a mind. But for so long on earth, we've been identifying with the mind. And so when we have a pattern in the mind, we identify with that pattern and we think that's what we are, but we're not. And so first, just letting the person know that what you're experiencing is not what you are, and just to remind them of what they are. And immediately then there's a spaciousness that's created. And in that spaciousness, they're able to start to become more aware and they be able to become more aware of the pattern when it arises. Because patterns are frequencies and they're not just always there. If you're feeling a victim in this moment, you're going to feel something else in another moment and another moment. So embodying and embracing whatever's arising, but not attaching and identifying with it. Recognizing, oh, this pattern's coming up in my mind. It's making me feel really low and sad in my body. But I know that this too shall pass. So I'm just going to witness it instead of attaching to it or repelling it. There's two things that the depth of the mind does. It it tries to escape uncomfortable sensations, emotions, thought patterns, or it tries to attach to the good ones. That's a problem. Um, it's what we're being asked to do by the angels, by the universe, is to accept whatever's arising moment by moment and knowing that everything in this world of duality changes and passes and nothing lasts. So that's the first thing is like the detachment from the identification with the victimhood. You're actually not a victim. You're an infinite being having a momentary experience of what it's like to feel down and feel like a victim. So notice that which is arising within you and just be with it, observe it, and it will pass through and disappear. And it does. The beautiful thing is when you notice it, it starts to dissolve. When you identify with it, you actually create a deep pattern and it starts to live inside of you and then it doesn't dissolve. So that's my greatest tool that I share with people is that you are
Mm.
your own master. The wisdom is inside of you and and the wisdom is the awareness. You are aware of listening and hearing the words that I'm saying. You're also aware of your own body. You're aware of your room. You are the awareness. Now, where are you placing your awareness? Are you placing it on what your mind is saying? Are you feeding every thought? Because if you're feeding the thought, the thinking mind, the ego is getting stronger and stronger. You have the opportunity to retract awareness back into the body, back into the heart, and stop feeding that ego. Stop feeding it. And the moment you stop feeding it awareness, it starts to dissolve and dissipate. All those patterns of depression, anxiety, anger, victimhood, feeling not good enough, projection, blame, all these patterns. We have so many patterns. As you stop
I know.
believing yeah,
Yeah,
they start
yeah.
dissolving and you start coming back into your power of awareness and the creator and the light that you are. And you are the only one who can do that. I can't help you do that. You have to take the steps. I can guide you because I've done the path. I've
Mm.
walked the path. I walk it every day. I continue to live with awareness. And when my own mind bubbles up with discomfort, I sit in the discomfort and it dissolves instead of it controlling me. And so, yeah, that's the most empowering path.
Yeah, I think what I have found quite useful is to also remind people that they actually, for example, chose the parents, chose the incarnation. Sometimes that's a shock for people. It's like, you chose this destiny, this particular difficulty. You chose it because you have particular lessons that you want to be learning. I don't
Yeah,
know, do you believe that?
I
Do
do.
you
I
believe that?
so I believe that okay, there's always two levels to everything. From the level of consciousness, God's source, we are consciousness having this human experience and everything happens all at once. So we're choosing it in the present moment from our higher self. So our soul
Yeah.
is consciously choosing it. There's an energy happening that's choosing it. But we are living in a linear timeline. So from that level, we have a past, we have a pre-birth where we are with our angels choosing our life, our parents, everything that we're going to experience, special points in our life that need to be met because our soul wants to have that experience. So, from the level of consciousness, soul purpose is divinely perfect, and you're already fully embodied and full and experiencing soul purpose just by being you. From the level
Mm.
of God, oneness. From the level of the individual human, um, the individual human wants fulfillment. It wants to have certain things that it wants to experience. It has desire. Now, it's important to be aware of where that desire comes from because often the desire can come from scarcity and lack and fear, which is like lower frequency from the ego contracting. So the ego will say, you don't have enough money, so you better go and take action and do this. And when you take action based on that lower frequency, you send out those lower frequency waves and then you magnetize in your reality. And sometimes it can be not the most pleasant experiences. You draw in a job that's not really fulfilling, but because you magnetized it in from fear. Now, if you get an inspired thought that comes in that makes you feel expanded rather than ego contracted, you feel expanded, you feel, oh, I feel inspired to create a podcast. Oh, this feels light. It's inspired in flow with spirit. That
Mm.
is a high frequency manifestation. You are, and you take action based on that frequency, and you notice that, oh, things are flowing freely. I feel I'm reaching the right people. My message is touching their hearts. It's like this because of the frequency of the original purpose behind it. So, being very aware of the purpose behind the action that you take, instead of taking unconscious reacting to your environment based on fear, you take conscious action. And that is very high frequency. That's from your soul. And that's and but the thing is, it's all connected with soul purpose, and it's the destiny and free will is an interesting one because we do plan our life. We are planning it with our angels before we're born. We choose our parents, and that is from the level of the individual soul. But from the level of
Mm.
consciousness, it's just happening in the present moment. Life's already unfolding perfectly. So when you stop fighting the river of life and you start trusting that the universe is already flowing perfectly and you can swim with the river, you can swim with the universe, you can flow with destiny that's unfolding, then it actually becomes more joyful and light and free because you're less controlled by the ego and the patterns and you're more connected to your spirit and you can kind of feel it every day. And so, yes, it is true that we are choosing our life moment by moment. We every time you make a decision, you are choosing a path. Like you are the creator. You are at the center of your universe, and your outer world is a manifestation of how you're vibrating. So I know then sometimes people say to me, oh, no ways. I did not manifest my uncle who keeps triggering me and making me so angry. No way did I choose him. But
Yeah, or like abuse, even, like people
yeah,
that come in and have like major abuse. It's very hard
yeah, it's very
to
hard.
imagine that that could possibly be some kind of choice or some kind of lesson.
And what is the part of us that's resisting this truth? It's the ego. It's the thinking mind. You see what our mind is, it's complex. It's very deep, but I'm gonna just share about the four levels of mind. So the first part of mind are the six senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, feeling, and the sixth sense, the thinking mind. So you see a flower, you taste a fruit, you have a thought. Then the next layer is cognition and recognizing that's a tree, that's an orange, oh, that's an uncomfortable thought. Then the next layer is sensations felt in the body. The body starts to feel sensations. And then the next layer is this deep layer of the mind, which many teachers call the unconscious or subconscious mind. It's not unconscious, it's very conscious. It's continually reacting to the sensations in the body. This is how it reacts. Oh, good sensation. I love it. Attach. Oh, uncomfortable sensation. Run away, run away. It's doing that all the
Mm.
time without the surface level of the mind knowing about it. Okay, so it's very deep habit. Um, and and that's why we call it unconscious because the surface level thinking mind isn't conscious of that deeper mind that is habitual. And so we can actually totally transform and change all of that energy by becoming aware of it. Now, when we're born into a family where we're abused or we go through absolute trauma, um, there are patterns inside our field, energetic patterns inside our field from past lives, from ancestors, from our own beliefs. They are energetic signatures that are deep inside. They are hidden in that fourth layer of the mind. And so the thinking mind's not aware of them. And that's why the thinking mind says, the ego says, no way, I didn't choose this. Because it doesn't realize that in deep down inside, there are patterns inside that are sending out frequency waves that are magnetizing in the reality. And so this is why we meditate. This is why we draw ourselves into presence into the body so that we can uncover our deepest shadows, so that we can release them, so that we can stop magnetizing in trauma, pain, and suffering. We have to face ourselves. We have to take responsibility that it is us, our energy, that is creating our reality. And when we start taking responsibility, that's where we start seeing the changes in the outer world.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And Natalie, oh, now that's just gone almost completely out of my mind. No, when we are just about to make a decision, say it's a big decision, you're not sure if it's the right thing, what advice would you have to people? How would one be able to use maybe calling in our own angelic guidance, for example, and how would you look for or feel for or see that guidance for the
The
answer,
angel,
you know?
yeah, the angels are always here. And they're ethereal, they're light. So they're in the field, they're always here, they're always available. Sometimes it's like just really trusting and knowing in your heart, I am supported. Just like I am here having this human experience. There is so much more that's available to me. This is magnificent life. It's incredible. So just knowing and trusting is the first step. And then don't take action when you're feeling out of balance, when you're feeling like fearful and worried and scared. In that moment, when you just recognize, oh my, I'm out of balance. I'm feeling fuzzy in this world right now. Gray clouds storming through my inner sky. Um, Ask the angels to pour light on you, to clear you, a waterfall of white cleansing light, and it really works. And the angels will pour light in your aura, through your body, cleanse you, wash you clear, and then you'll feel a peace inside. And from that space, you become more empty, more open. And in that openness, you can start to feel and sense and experience the angels and their messages. So when you empty out, when you cleanse yourself, you actually naturally go up in frequency because you're not carrying any denser energies. So that's the first step. Ask them to cleanse and clear you of anything that's blocking you. And then
Mm.
just stay open, meditate, sit quietly. Or you can take a journal and write, Dear my angelic team, can you give me guidance on this? And then just start writing, and the writing will come through you. The answers, the angels will bring the messages through you. You might hear it through your own mind. You might have an inner knowing, a deep inner sense. You might feel something. It might be a message that the next person says to you, or a song that's played on Spotify or whatever.
Mm.
It could be feathers that are left on your path, or butterflies that come and land on your head, or numbers. You see the number 1111. There are so many signs. It's just that when we get too caught up in our own mind, we forget to open and look and receive, but they're always available.
So it's I guess, to be intentional about your conversation or your contact, and then like you say, to ask, and then to listen in various different ways, but like
Yeah.
quite actively, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make space in your day, maybe 7 minutes every day, to just dedicate to being rather than doing. And you sit, you can have your journal there. Maybe if you like crystals, bring a crystal, light a candle, and be very present, intentional, and say, I am open, I trust, and I'm here. And then quieten, retract awareness into your body, into your heart. Be inside your heart. That immediately raises your frequency. And as you raise your frequency by being, landing back in the light that you are, you will connect with that which is all around you.
Mm, beautiful. I just want to see if there's any other questions that I've got here. So I believe you're doing some channeling of off-world beings as well, some of the extraterrestrial beings. Is that right?
Yes, I've been connecting with the Arcturians, which are such high frequency, wise beings, and um, their messages are about spiritual awakening on earth
Mm.
because they seem to really understand what we're going through, and they're understanding the polarity that we're in, that we through the dark we are remembering the light. We've gotten to like a critical mass point where so many of us have just gone and said, there has to be more. Enough is enough. I've had enough suffering. Please help me. And so
Yeah, make
these
contact
beings,
already.
yeah,
We really miss
exactly,
you,
exactly.
our
And
star
they bring
family.
through
Come on.
yeah, they are here for us and they bring through such a beautiful blue light and so much love and such a high frequency. And just being with them, my whole body vibrates so much light.
Mm, how beautiful. How absolutely wonderful. Are there any particular beings that have got names that they've introduced themselves to you like as an individual, or is it more of a collective that has been coming through or
Yeah, that's such a good question. For me, it feels like a collective light. So, and also once again, like one voice that comes through. So, but it's interesting because they've been connecting, they've helped me to connect with Three Eye Atlas. So
Mm.
through them as a collective, I can then connect with like other energies, like other consciousnesses, and um yeah, so to answer your question, no. I haven't had like one Arcturian saying my name is this and this is no, that hasn't come through.
Yeah, it's been interesting to listen to some of the sort of whistleblowers and different contactees and different people channeling, to actually start hearing like this individual from this planet that is like made up of a series of different planets, and it's exciting, it's like our neighborhood. It's like, yeah. So so it's exciting times. I feel like I've been waiting for this for a long time.
We've been born onto this earth during such an exciting time to be alive. We've all chosen to be here during awakening. And once the angels said to me, they said, well, one day in the linear time of your earth and human beings, there won't be such a thing as awakening because no one will forget. No one will fall asleep. And so they said, enjoy this awakening. How much fun is it to remember again and then to reconnect again and to go from like living a contracted, finite way to having an open mind and an open way of living and connecting to this as far out as the mind can imagine and expand is as far out as we can connect with these beings. So there's trillions of other universes out there. We're not the only one. It's all being created and there's so many beings that we can connect with as we open ourselves to them.
Absolutely. I just want to see if there's any last things that I put aside. Is there anything you want to say? Anything in particular that, I don't know, that you feel? Here's my one little angel. She's an earth angel here.
Oh,
These
I
little fur,
love animals.
they're also coming into focus as such an important part of human beings waking up, remembering that these furry angels, are, or not even furry, but all the animals, all of, nature. It's such a beautiful, it's just really a very beautiful time. It's like our consciousness, our frequency's gone up enough that we can
Yeah.
start, there's this oneness field that's starting to present itself, back into some kind of remembrance. So
Exactly.
after a deep dive, very
Yeah.
deep
And
dive,
the animals hold such pure essence. Because they don't have such like a complicated mind like we do, they live in presence, which is the only moment that really exists. But our mind takes us future past. And so we only have glimpses of presence when we can withdraw mind from its thoughts in all directions and come back into the body. And the body is the portal to presence. So animals are very embodied and they are very, the ones that are on all four, their chakra system is horizontal. So their energy system is very much connected to the earth. They can sense and feel when an earthquake's coming or anything like that. And with that deep connection to the earth and living in presence, the message that they bring for all of us is that they are a reminder of our true essence. They keep reminding us that we are already love and that we are already the energy of um, deep compassion and light. And all we need to do is remember to come back and be here. Just be here. It's as simple as that. And they're living examples of that for us. That's the message of the
they
animals.
are, they're the grid of unconditional love, these animals. I'm telling you, they
Yeah.
just hold it. They just hold that unconditional love. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you because I heard on one of your podcasts that you do work with helping people to pass, and I wondered if you even helped with beings to come in, like birthing. I don't know if you do that or.
Yes. Um, in the past, sometimes I've had a client where I felt the soul before they even knew that they weren't even planning to bring in a baby, a soul into the world. And so, so I can connect with the soul and I have many times and brought through messages about like the color frequency and their purpose and um, a bit about their nature and yes, I have connected with one particular soul, my sister-in-law's little girl, I was there, part of her birthing ceremony, and I was in the other room, and she came to me and she said, "It's time now. I'm coming." So I went and I got the
Oh,
midwife, and we
oh,
went
that's
there.
so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
it's
so
so
beautiful.
incredible.
Yeah. And I think that time of telepathy, telepathic contact across the veil,
Yeah,
beyond the veil is also coming,
it is.
which is
I
also
feel it.
really exciting. I wanted to tell you a story quickly. When my grandfather died a long time ago, there were definite, I mean, I was taking pictures of orbs in the room, and there were so many orbs around him, but I captured quite a few. I mean, there were definitely two distinct angels. And I've got the pictures. I haven't, I didn't have the time to know where they were, but um, one, it was like I was in the lounge. I felt there's a huge presence in the lounge. I took my camera and snapped, a digital camera flash. Okay. And one picture was just the lounge, and then the next shot was just like this explosion of light with streaks like going in every direction. So that, and then it kind of had an essence. It was like, I can't remember who I thought it was at the time, but I sort of had an idea of who this might be. And then there was there was another one as well. So I managed to capture that on camera, which was an amazing thing. Um, and then a similar thing like in the bathroom where I just took a picture and there was just the bathroom. And then I was like, no, there's definitely a presence here. Then I took another photograph and it was like a shadow, sideways shadow, but this was like human size angel with a wing. You know, I could see the wing side, like to the side. So I wanted to find those photographs to show you because it's quite extraordinary to actually see, you know. And I always say to people, it's a bit like videoing UFOs. You know, if someone else's picture does nothing, it's when you are seeing it for yourself that it's really
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Um,
Because you're not only seeing it, you're in the frequency of it, you're in the energy of it. So it's
mm,
it does something like to your cells of your body. It's you can feel and sense it so deeply.
yeah, absolutely. So that was very exciting. Um, yeah, I think that's most of what I wanted to ask you. And then I wanted to see if you felt like bringing through a message for South Africa from your angels. I don't know
Yes.
if any particular sort of focus for South Africa, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'll open up and just be, and the angels can come through.
That would be beautiful. Thank you.
Beloved beings of light, deep in the heart of the land of South Africa, vibrates a tiger's eye crystal, which is the embodiment of light, which is a grounding, centering, crystalline light. And anyone and everyone who walks the land, breathes the energy of South African air, is touched by this energy, meaning you have the ability to live more and more as an embodied light, to be more grounded in the present moment. Africa as a whole is a very grounding heart. There is energy that can be quite ethereal and out there, and there are some countries that hold more out there, higher frequency energy. But the energy of Africa and South Africa is more embodied, more grounded energy. It's about each step makes a difference. Each heartbeat comes together. It's about being conscious and taking conscious action together. One heart. There is no other anthem that has different voices, different frequencies of the languages coming together, which is a divine sign of you can be who you are, I can be who I am, and together we meet in one heart. South Africa is bringing a wave of deep acceptance. It's a long journey, but the journey is underway. And any soul that it chooses to be born in that frequency, part of your life lesson is deep acceptance. You will notice in your own life that sometimes you are resisting, or you are running away, or you are denying yourself. You are not fully accepting the beauty of what you really are, that you are the infinite light having a human experience and living or having been in the energy of South Africa, you have it within your DNA, within your cells, within your energy, that in this lifetime, you have the power to fully accept yourself as you are. And as you accept yourself as you are, you accept the present moment as it is. And you start to realize that there are no mistakes, that it's divine perfection unfolding always. And within that, you expand even more into the one heart. Every country holds its own unique vibration and brings special gifts. Every single country and all the souls that choose to be born into each country are bringing through unique vibrations, unique gifts. And part of the South African gift is the embodiment of the one heart and true acceptance and living it, walking it, breathing it, and sharing it. So continue to embody this, embrace it, and live it. May you integrate this deeply. May it speak through your words, vibrate through your essence, and leave light footprints wherever you walk. We are here to support you and all beings in all parts of this world and other universes. Remember you.
How beautiful. Thank you so, so much. Was that any particular being? Was that the angels? It wasn't the Arcturians, hey? It was an angelic.
No, this feels like the land of Africa and South Africa, the actual vibration. I went deep into the earth. I was in the
Mm,
earth vibrating this message.
it was so exquisite. It was so,
Yeah.
so, so beautiful. Thank you so much.
My whole room
Natalie,
is vibrating light. It's so
yeah, it's so
incredible.
wonderful. It's such deep diversity here and such
Mhm.
an opportunity to bring that one heart, together. Natalie, where can people find you? I will put the links in the video below, but how if they want to join the online meditations and anything else you're doing, where can they find you?
So there's three main places. There's my YouTube community where I channel um, energy updates and messages of guidance and support and giving you tools and empowering you so that you can really be the master of your own life. And that's Natalie Namaste Healer. And then there's my Instagram, and that's Natalie Namaste with an underscore at the end. And my Instagram's more about like daily human support, like tools for working with the mind and things that come up with the emotions. And also there's a highlight called numbers. So if anyone wants to read what the different channeled numbers mean, there's that on the Instagram. And then my website, natalienamaste.com, there's a lot of resources there. And if you go to the book now, you'll see all the different offerings there, and you can feel in your heart what's good for you. And one of the big offerings is I teach Reiki courses. So at the end of January, it's a 4-day course. It's online, or you can learn through the recordings. And it's very deep, and you get attuned to this high frequency light. And so have a read on my website about all the Reiki courses that I teach, because it might be that you want to join in. You'll know what's right for you.
Okay, that's very exciting. And it's been so, so special to be with you. I've just absolutely loved it. Thank
Me
you so
too.
much, darling. We love you, sending you big loves here from the land to where you are, into your African bones.
Thank you. Oh, I receive it and feel it. And so much love. I've loved this time together, and thank you everyone for being here with us. And may you integrate all these messages and feel this light deeply in your bones too.
Absolutely. All right. Lots of love. Bye.
Namaste.
Bye bye, everybody.